So you can see there as I was playing along, I'm just playing. Then I just kept walking down to see what things sound like, and there's no problem with that. You can just keep going. Now that doesn't sound very nice if we just play the B and the F together. Flip it to look at the keyboard. That's why I've got the keyboard underneath. Oh, you want to look at the full keyboard? Is there a way I can easily do that? I think there is. Hold on a minute. This could go horribly wrong, but you know what? I'm up for that type of stream this evening. I think I can... Oh, maybe I can't. Let's see. I think I can actually turn on... No, I can't. Maybe not. I thought for a moment that I could just plug in my phone and show there. I can't really lift the laptop up because it's got lots of wires attached to it at the moment. But what I could do is... grab this and duplicate it, and then I can just zoom out because at the moment I'm zoomed into the camera. So let's have a quick look here. If I duplicate, where is duplicate? And then, because I don't want to ruin the shot I've already got, I can just add it again, can't I? So add video capture device, the C920. I'm using a really old webcam here. So here's the full setup that you can see, and I've got my keyboard just at the top here, very precariously perched. And I was so worried about my monitor getting the basically getting scratched because it's a curved monitor. I've put white tack on the ends of the keyboard. This is super sketch. I'd love one of those studio ones that you can get, studio desks where you've got a little drawer, like a keyboard drawer that pulls out. And there we go. That's that. I'll turn that off for the moment. So this big keyboard here is the Akai MPK49. Oh, there is, if we have a look down here, just in the corner, you can see I broke it at some point. I kicked my keyboard and I used 3 cocktail sticks and super glue to fix it. It still works. I'm happy. I was absolutely livid with myself though when I first did it. I have to remember that you guys are here now and not there, because if I'm talking here, you just see the side of my head. Right. Where were we? Walking along. Now, I just played something there that's not a perfect fifth. So if you count the notes in between the first and the fifth of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's actually 7 notes in total in between. However, this one, there's only 6 notes. So this is a diminished sound, and that diminished can be tension, it can be anger, it can be sadness, it can be used in a variety of ways, but it's not generally associated, not in Western music anyway, with happiness. Typically in Western music, we've got major chords, and they are associated with happiness, well-being, etc. Then you've got your minor chords. They're typically sad or solemn. And this is something we learn. There have been quite a few studies where you've got different musical cultures, and if they hear something minor, they can just perceive it as happy because they've not been taught, so to speak, that it... Oh, you're there, sorry. They've not been taught that it is a happy or a sad or a tense thing. And playing around with this stuff is super easy when you have something like your keyboard in front of you. However, some DAWs have a keyboard mode, so you can actually play with a keyboard. And you just need to hear this. If I turn this overview back on here, got a keyboard at the top here, and you can simply go. Oh, I do need to make sure that I've got the. So there really is no excuse for not playing music when you can use your keyboard as a keyboard. Now, absolutely ages ago, I had a Creative Lab, so we are going back a few years now. It was a keyboard with a MIDI keyboard at the front. It's absolutely amazing. It broke during a move at some point, something dropped on it and it crushed. But yeah, back in the day, that was amazing. It wasn't a very good keyboard in its typing capacity or its playing capacity, but the fact that you could have it all in one place was, well, for me anyway, as young me, we are going back a few years, probably in my teens. It was absolutely amazing. Um, a question here from Munzer. Seems the beginning of Mary? Did you know? Uh, it's very easy, and if you've not heard of it, check out the Axis of Awesome. They do this thing with 4 chords. It's a bit of a meme these days. When it comes to the 4 chords, they're talking about. And that is so many pop songs. So yeah, it is very easy to accidentally end up sounding like another piece of music. A few months back, I was playing around with some French horns, and I ended up sounding like a Bond film at some point, just because of the particular chord that I played at the time, and the instrumentation as well. It just all lined up, and I was like, oh, I've managed to make a Bond thing. It happens, and some of these things are completely accidental. Others are inspiration it's gone up into your head, and you don't realise it's there, and you end up repeating it again later on. And of course, what really highlights the similarities between music is recently, you may or may not have heard, Ed Sheeran in court defending why his song sounded like another song. Complete mess. I won't go into the details, but I just realised if I'm talking over here, you're probably a bit quiet over here. How's that? So it's music's all about inspiration and building upon what's come before. So there are lots of things that I've heard before, perhaps things that John Williams has done for or Hans Zimmer, and absolutely phenomenal composers. And then you go back in time a bit more and you start hearing the same sort of things being played, but in a different way. And so music is all built upon previous ideas. Nothing I'm going to do today is going to be particularly remarkable. However, we're going to build up and maybe make a piece from it. I don't know if it'll fit in or whether everybody get bored and wander off. Music is one of those things that just takes some time. It's very much like an art, and so I really enjoy it. It's somewhere that I just disappear to in my mind.